Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested and ready to begin your day. This is your Daily Tarot Oracle, your daily insight on life and love for May 23rd, 2022, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching in time, this might be relevant, maybe not so much, but if you found your way across this, stick around, there might be a message in here for you. It's general collective, so never foresees to fit your life. I know I say that in every reading, but it still stands with every reading and outside of my readings too. If you're watching other ones and something doesn't make sense, or it's invoking fear inside of you, making you feel like doom is all around you, no. Not supposed to be left in fear like that. We're gonna find out the why things are happening and what's going on and what's coming after it. But sometimes there are actually really awesome messages too. So let's see what's up. What I'm seeing here, it's gonna be a challenge to overcome, but there's always a pot of gold at the end of that, sometimes funky looking rainbow. Anyway, if you have questions about booking a reading, go ahead to the description and find the email address or find me on the social platforms @ RAISINGSEVAK, no punctuation spaces or numbers. One word. This is what we are kicking this bad boy reading off with. You have been burning yourself out, working yourself to the bone. Don't tell me it's not true, because it's damn true. All right. Lots of defensiveness around what seems to be a lost cause in your life, and I think that you're still even trying to make it work. It could be either a relationship that has gone toxic, and you know how I feel about those, or this could be just a life situation and it's gone completely to the wayside. What I see is somebody's avoiding calling it what it is. It's a dead seed. No matter of work or watering, it's going to resuscitate this, and if you do, it's a zombie. What the heck? We're not doing this. We're just not. So then we have change in the form of arguments, defensiveness, standing up for yourself, but also it's this point of having to be aware that you have not been able to utilize all your tools, talents, and gifts. Yeah. What is it? Just like getting through the work, doing what you have to do, but sacrificing the very things that make you so great. These are things that spirit in life is just not going to let you fall to the wayside. The theme about these colors it seems to be a lot of yellow, and that's been pretty on point with the collective as of recently. So confidence, discipline, not getting locked into your own thoughts. I would be the worst culprit of this, so don't worry. Ay. You can deny it all you want, but fate is not going to let you get away with that. Look, lightning strikes, huge downloads, huge bouts of information. Now, one of my favorite things with downloads, it's not like you're just upgrading software, it's the aha moments. We tend to mystify it up by saying these downloads. Now, I'm just as guilty as doing that. It's a download, but it's not really, anything other than things in your mind clicking into place, that sudden awareness. So it's really cool, but yeah, it's exactly what that is. So it looks like a lot of your gifts and what makes you so complementary to work with others is going to be able to really be fruitful now after this tower moment. So denying yourself all of these stressors isn't really going to do you any good when spirit has 0 F's to give and puts you into alignment with faith. And it feels cruel at first because it looks like every choice has been ripped away from you, and the very sobering reality is that no matter how hard you work at some things, it's not going to work out. It could be perfect on paper, doesn't mean it's going to work out. How sick is that? So, my dear, what I'm seeing in here is it's going to feel very cruel at first, and like life has let you down. Aren't those like the fun days? But I see the payoff happening, because there's nothing left for you to lose, nothing for you to hide behind. And honestly, this is a very emotional focus of yours. I think that you're seeing it very clearly. So it looks like you're going to have to learn to juggle a lot to keep your head above water. As I'm saying this, I do feel like this is a life situation rather than relationship situation, which, aren't you glad that we're not talking about relationships right now? Can we just be like done with that for a bit, like 5 minutes? I'm not gassing anybody or dog in love. I love it, but every flippin' reading, and it's always like right after. No. You are going to be juggling multiple things in your scenario to keep your head afloat and also find your equilibrium too. I think the distraction is going to be really good for you. Very healing, truthful, bluntness, and okay. So I'm going to take a drink of my coffee right now, but Lovely Nerd Creations sent me this and 2 other mugs and some stickers. I'm flipping over the moon. All right, I know I derailed for a second. Back to the reading. Okay. So the juggling multiple things, I think that you are going through either a career change or just some mental mindset change, in which that would obviously go into the direction of life. You are making a major shift right now, and it seems like there's a huge worry about failure or falling flat on your face, and not a lot of that is going around. The Wheel of Fortune only gets stopped to gain momentum and start going again. It's time for you to fill up your reserves before you move on. And that's exactly how I'm seeing this right now. You need to not only cut your losses and try new things with this, which I do see you doing. I see that the build up to reserves is what's going to give you the strength to move on again. Because look, they're walking away with their walking stick. They're avoiding all of those little water holes. They're not messing around. They're taking their cup and they're getting the F out of Dodge, leaving 8 of Cups behind, which is what seems to be a set of materialism and an abundance that wasn't in line with them that they need to let go of. This might be you. It could always be somebody that you're dealing with, but I have a feeling that this is about you. You need to leave something behind to gain something else. And where the hecking heck is my book? And my Merlin desk is quite crowded right now, and it's not what you think. Where the hecking heck is? Okay, the 12 Universal Laws. Okay. Go get your coffee, drink, food, whatever, hang out for a minute. Now I found it. Now, hush up and listen. This universal law of compensation is the law of cause and effect, applied to the blessings and abundance we receive. The 6th law is the manifested result of our deeds that are given to us in the form of gifts, money, inheritance, friendships, and blessings. This compensation. No, wait, this isn't the law that I wanted. You know what? I already started reading. So there's another one. Yes, I'm going to read both. There's a reason. Okay. This law is clear and straightforward. It means we cannot have success without having failures and hardships. See, this is why. Okay. Compensation, in more clear terms, is for everything you have missed, you have gained something else, and for everything you have gained, you have lost something else. For everything and anything gained, there must be a loss. Oh wait, no, this is the one that I wanted. A simple example would be, in order to have fire to stay warm, we use the wood, which means we replace wood for the fire and warmth. Now we cook on the fire and replace the heat from the fire with the food we cook. And then we lose the food to bring nourishment to our bodies. This continues until the energy is so small we move on. Loss is not meant in the human concept of it to be a negative thing. One thing always balances the other. Someone called this the law of nature, which brings the balance and harmony of the world. Many masters have contemplated nature for this very reason. In the New Age practice, we might first believe that the only purpose of meditation in energy is to enjoy the beauty, the calm, and the serenity found in nature. Many students of esoteric teachers are guided to meditate with and in nature in order to understand this law. For the real reason we are guided to meditation is to learn about balance amongst the other great lessons. So it's not just because, nature is quiet. It's not because it's pretty, because I'm a nature fanatic. I get it. It's to understand the movements of the world around you and what you give in order to get something else. Okay, so how does this work in your life? Look at it this way. If you plant a seed of love, you will be loved. And if you plant acts of kindness, then others will treat you kindly. If you emanate anger, you will slowly sow hostility. This gives a new meaning to the quote, "No man can help another without helping themselves." With this said, many would ask, then how then is this law working when I have nothing but good and love into the world, yet I have sown hardships or experienced a lack of abundance? The law of compensation, again, is for every loss is a gain. For every gain is a loss. When the energies are denser on this planet, it took a long time for cause and effect to return to one person. Sometimes another lifetime altogether. Isn't that frustrating? We're not going to live in that idea that maybe next lifetime. No, this lifetime. We're going to make it happen this lifetime. Do not mess with me on this. Okay, so that's when you put out, what you put out when you were 12 years old took you until you're 23 years old to return the balance of that energy. With the planet vibrations being so high and accelerated now, this is not the case, and we can have the return in a short amount of time. That's more like it, okay. As energies accelerate, you brought so many effects to a cause in faster even from other lives. Okay, so everything is happening at once. Yeah, I'm screwing up the words sometimes, but I'm catching myself. Maybe in 1 year, you had the return balance of the energy that occurred many lifetimes ago, and what you emanate out now, though almost has an instant return. This does not erase the returns of other past lifetimes for your balance. If you've been working on putting out good, love, etc. for the last 2-3 years, but found many hardships happening, these could be returns from negative energy from other times. The good news is the many returns of many lifetimes will process and move quicker than they would have before, and the worst may already be over. We must remember to put two meanings together. Someone may be rich in this life but unhappy, where another may be poor but happy. It's still the effect of a cause, whether it's from this lifetime or not. Or you may be a rich corporate leader but is so bogged down with work that you never find time to enjoy it and live and have time off. Again, this could be another life when you were poor, or in this life when the rich you have is balance. All right, if this unhappiness stems from a different cause from other lives, you might want to balance it out in this life, because the energies returning to us in an accelerated rate today can also move much of our karma more quickly. So to become in balance, we can process more quickly as well. Okay. Didn't you enjoy that? I know I read for a few hot minutes. Super sorry about that, but that was what you needed to hear right now. Whatever you have lost, whatever you've been trying to make work in your life, it's not working, but you're not a failure. You have to let this go so you can get the karma of your choices, the good that you put out, the excellence that you put out, even the drudgery that you put out has to come to a head. That's what's happening right now. Okay, so I know that you're moving on. I know that you are going to be doing something else, and I know that this is going to be amazing, but what the hecking heck do you have to watch out for? What do you have to look forward to? What is this all leading to? So listen, clean it up. Plain and simple. Spirit said what it said. Okay. There are absolutely not a single amount of shortcuts in this. I knew that was going to turn it off. Okay. You know, maybe I need a new ring light. Chaos and conflict. All right, so all right, you. This is what I'm looking at right here. What do you need to do? You need to clean it the F up, but also no shortcuts. None of this is a shortcut. None of which is coming to you is a shortcut. It is everything that you had put out, but also the more that you try and shortcut things or try and rush everything, it is going to turn into the biggest form of chaos. So this is not going to be entered around with any lack of chaos. Every bit of chaos that is happening in your life, when it seems out of your control, I need you to know how necessary this is. It's either you trying to micromanage spirit and do everything all by your soul self when you need to do it with soul and spirit. It's also getting you to knock off what's not working for you and start to allow yourself to be put into the law of compensation. Let this loss come to pass so you can receive a form of greatness. Without question, you're accumulating greatness right now. And this is going to be in the form of whatever this new transition is with the multiple things that you're probably doing. So, what is your foundation made out of? What laws are in effect right now? The law of compensation. I read it. So why is this happening? You're in transition into the new phase. So this is all about where you are going. Where the flippin' flap are you going? Do you like my substitutes for like cuss words, curse words? Because I think they're hilarious, but also I kind of just don't want to always talk like a sailor. It's fun, but not always. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's leading to something coming together. What's this? Ooh, and then blessed was out underneath. Do I have one more in here, Spirit? One just flipped over. What just flipped over? Okay. Oh my God. Bottom of the deck, baby. All right. I want to look at these. You're in transition to a new place where everything is coming together. Even though everything is falling apart right now and you're probably losing your head, understand it is the most important part of this for everything to come together. Everything that is falling apart stood in the way of this from coming together. It seems like you are completely a fish out of water. You don't know what to do, but it's coming together. What is this? Pay attention to the signs around you of what the blessings are. It's very specific for you. You are getting messages about the perfect places, things, whatever is a noun, person, places, and things. So the yin is your worthiness to accept them, how you narrate yourself going into them, and how long you let these energies last in your life. Every single one of these energies, whether it's an opportunity or a person, is going to be coming in with the different tools to help you along this. So it's going to be something where you have to practice an air of non-attachment to them. And no, you're not using them and they aren't using you. You guys are growing in the specialties of each other so you guys can go along your own paths in this. And now I'm being pulled to the work your light. So what the hecking heck does this have to tell you? Trust your path. If you knew that you'd be supported, what would you do? What would you do? Lemuria, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. So channeling and uplifting humanity. And then it's the great gathering, souls coming together in suit of hits and soul tribes. So, yeah, Hold on. Ooh. Protection, calling your power back, cutting your cords, soul retrieval, the crumbling. What are you clinging to? What are you being called to journey to? In this crumbling and what's coming together, what changes are you being urged to make in your life? This is going to be very specific for you. Whatever you are calling out and taking divine inspiration to make the changes to, this is going to happen hand over fist in flows of abundance. The crumbling, necessary. If you got to cry it out, cry it out. If you need to just lay in a ball, lay in a ball. If you need to talk to somebody, talk to somebody. Always talk to somebody if you can, because I don't want you to shut off. But you are on a very specific journey, and your calling, I don't care how long you ignore it, isn't going to just go away. So when you answer the calling and you call your power back and you start to connect to your soul tribe, your soulmates, and have this crazy flow of abundance, you are leaving your past behind. And what else? Where's the other card? Card 2 fell. Ooh, King of Swords upright. And the Star card. So you know it's good. Hope and renewal. Discipline. Really structured and strong life. You have temperance. An incredible journey up ahead. And I want one more card from here. Yeah, you might be starting a lot of new ventures. And this is going to involve others. As much as you would like to, you are not a one-person solo act. Many threads connecting, making this beautiful mosaic quilt where you absolutely, without question, play your part, your gift, your key, the everything. All right, you. If you have questions about booking a private reading of any sort of nature, go ahead to the description and find the email address, or find me on this social platform. Send me a DM. Definitely say hello, let me know where you are in the world. And just to reiterate, your individual storyline with this reading or with any reading is going to be very specific for you. It's going to have different details. It's going to have different energies coming in. It's all completely unique. So, hopefully I talk to you soon. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and just know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. Had to make sure that this was working for a moment. So what I'm seeing right here is feeling really in over your head. I do feel like whatever has come in has completely steamrolled you. And now it's time for you to make some decisions that you really don't want to make. But if you notice the Two of Swords, two is always about balance, but the Two of Swords, this person is totally looking underneath that blinder. They have a glimpse of what their options are. They're not blindly making a decision here. It's just the nervousness of making the wrong decision. So I see that in this overwhelmed state of yours, you're probably feeling like you're going to make the wrong decision. But in no decision, you're going to leave the decision making up to somebody else, completely screwing yourself on this, and nobody wants that. So this, we see, what the options are. What is it that you want to start working on? What is it, the direction that you want to take? It's going to involve some sort of, not mindset shift, but complete discipline. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, talking about how, nothing is really happening, nothing is really changing, which really could upset you, but payoff isn't happening immediately. And it seems like there's really no momentum picking up on here. But everybody is watching this. The connections are being made in a different realm for you, not outside the earthly realm. Like, I see people seeing you. I see people noticing what you're doing. So the payoff does not happen immediately, but it doesn't mean that you're making the wrong decision. So, what I can always say to this is, if you're making some sort of great shift in your life and you're not getting the payoff of this, keep working at this. It doesn't mean that it's not working. You just keep working at this, but also do something on the side to fulfill whatever the actual needs are that's going to feed into this. So the judgment is feeling like you are completely in the wrong, it's a failure, there's nervousness, but I want you to keep doing this because this is authenticity for you. This is who you truly are. This is where you thrive. It's something that I do see you defending yourself with, but after a while, the gift, the money, the abundance, the materialism, the balance, all the restoration is coming towards you. So this, your discipline, your consistency is feeding off of this. You're not going to just run away with your emotions on here. I know that you want to. It doesn't mean that those feelings don't exist. It's just you're not going to let them rule your decision when you know that you know that you know that you could totally rock this and that this is what you want. So let your fiery fierceness, your insight, your authenticity be the decision maker in this, and let it be consistent. It's a very intimate thing that's going on with you right now. I know that you're at war with yourself, wanting to completely split in half and run, but I promise you, the payoff is going to happen. This lack of instant gratification means all the more success for you long term. I hope that this made sense. Stick to what you know is right and what you want for yourself. Don't get scared. It's going to work out. Very interesting saying comes to mind. I don't know if this is an actual saying or I'm just thinking this, but what I'm seeing in here, especially with this first card, is when you're done stabbing me in the back, why don't you go ahead, bend over and kiss my keister? I'm going to say it very plainly like that. So what I'm seeing in this is finally starting to see something let up, a break in the horizon, only to be met with other sort of mental stressors in this. Now, this could always be equated to emotional abandonment or just complete emotional disconnection going on. There's a lot that needs to be worked on. I do feel like there's been a bad exchange, whether it's financial or emotional, going on right now. And I also see that this is making somebody act on a very sore emotion. It feels like a wounded animal. So when you go to approach a wounded animal to see what's going on, to help, out of instinctive care for themselves, they'll lash out. And that's, terrifying because this poor thing is hurting and it's waiting for an attack. It's waiting to be hurt by something that sees that it's in a vulnerable state, and you just want to help it. So that's what I'm seeing going on right here. Somebody's attempt to help is not helping. It feels patronizing. It feels condescending, all of those annoying words. So this is something that nobody can help you on, no matter how hard they try. You're not going to be in the mental state to accept it. And it's not bad on you. I get it. It's just you're done with relying on people who are unreliable, and it's happened so often. Somebody who could be reliable is right in front of you trying to help you, and you're like, you want to know something? Not even going to do it this time. Go F yourself. And I see that it's really hard because it's like, why do I always have to do this by myself? Why the hell do other people seem to get all the help, all the answers, all the everything, and you're stuck? And it almost seems like there's this feeling that the world is picking on you. And I know how that can feel, but you're going to have the strength to get through all of this. It's just, unfortunately, you've been screwed over so much that now it means something so much more for you to get through this without reliable, unreliable help. Good intentions are not going to be seen in this, no matter how hard they try. And it's leading to a complete rebirth and new emotional maturity and output for you. So I see a whole new cycle that is coming up, and it's going to, what's coming after this? Very self-protective and confident and assured, very beautifully emotionally rich, but it's not going to be easily accessible. That is going to be the next thing that you have to work on the other side of this. So this is what we're looking at, and I hope that it made sense. I know that it sucks, but you want to know what? It's going to always lead to something better. So please be easy on yourself. I know how frustrating this can be. So, a creative project is going to be a wonderful outlet for you. While it's something that I see that you're potentially worried about, what does this mean for you? Is this a viable option for you as far as finances or time or opportunity go? Spirit's saying calm down. You are really working on a newfound creation. It does feel very therapeutic for you. So this could be really any form of artistic outlet, any form of expression with you. There's so many ways to be an artist, and this, I feel, is specifically for that sense of therapeutic release. And I see that this is bringing up your energy to a beautiful levels. Sure, let's do it. There is a sense of purpose that is coming into your life. It's not necessarily a life purpose. There is a new purpose that's coming into play in this outlet for this, again, really awesome healing energy. And I do see that you're probably going to either reconcile or reconnect or simply just forgive elements of your past. I feel like this could be traumatic people who have been around you, maybe even somebody who's crossed over that you need to forgive and their energy is still kind of haunting you. So this, it's not something that can honestly just be done like, oh, okay, I forgive you. You need to do this through not only the form of expressionism that you are doing. It's really important, as long as you're in a safe environment, go do whatever it takes to go get grounded. It seems like you are energetically detached from the worldly vibration. I gotta say it like that because I sound ridiculous no matter what I do. But also, let yourself kind of act like a kid. I know that sounds like something I've said before, but guess what I'm saying? And again, you need to kind of go and get ridiculous, play. Let yourself be lighthearted and not so guarded when you're in this aspect of the healing process, because it feels like nobody's around you, yet it's still like every little thing about it is haunting you. So in that grounding work, it's really going to push you on an uncomfortable level to break out of that shell and just go play. I feel that pressure building up as you're getting to that level, and I feel that cathartic release where it's just like throwing everything down, throwing everything off, and get into it. So I see the initial part of this coming through in the form of expressionism, but then there's a physicality about it, and however you can, whatever your mobility is, going to go and just let yourself be joyful and playful and adventurous like a child. This could be as simple as playing a line of video games, maybe having some pizza, maybe going outside, whatever the young you idealistically would love to do. So I really hope that this made sense. It's a form of healing that's coming in, and it's going to be the next step of purpose in this new chapter. All right, go enjoy yourself. I hope this made sense. So what I'm seeing here is definitely procrastination, stagnance, the agitation of knowing that you have to let something come to a close, but not really the know-how and how to do it. Knowing that this is obviously the end of something in your life, but not knowing what it is. It's like the knowing and the inability to fulfill it. Holy crap, is that frustrating? I get it. So this is saying, listen, you're way too close to this right now to have any sense of clarity on what to do. I can pretty much guarantee there's either somebody in your social circle online or in your physical environment who's been through something similar. You maybe see them as a mentor or just really admire or like this person. It does feel very platonic. It feels unconditional, and it feels very supportive. I really want you to reach out and talk with them about the feelings of stagnance, even just saying, I don't know, or I don't know what to do. This is going to be a great icebreaker, because it's not necessarily the questions that you need to ask. It's the questions that they're going to ask you that's really going to get things, kind of moving along. Because since they know where you've been, because they've been through it themselves, they're going to kind of be able to see what's going on with you. So a lot of questions about the why, the transition, and what the landing point is, because not even they know what your landing point is, but they also know the old foundation that you are working with and how there's some residual energy around that still sticking around. Those are your blind spots. And then the thinker, getting you to look at things in a new perspective and way. It's really to challenge your belief system. It's to challenge who you are, and it's to challenge what maybe no longer resonates with you in your life, and maybe some new things that you need to consider. This person is an amazing keeper in your life that I really want to stay around you. And it feels like it's not that they're trying to gain anything out of this. It's honestly, I think that the exchange that's going on in here is they're gonna get you to look at things with a new perspective and really challenge your thoughts. You are giving them the sense of accomplishment and wisdom because they were once in your shoes. It's a cycle that feeds in itself. And after all that happens, then you'll start to take action again where you feel like you were completely stagnant. You'll be able to own not only your procrastination, but also your time in that mental purgatory of yours. And then I see that you will actually be able to let this crumble. It's a matter of shift and, oh, okay, I need to let this go. So let me know how it turns out. All right, so this is going to be either from the main guide or from a loved one who's crossed over. Don't overthink it. It's usually the first one that comes up ahead, but honestly, if you found your way across this, this is what you need to know right now. Let's see what's up. I don't even know, I just shuffled. Wow. Let's do this. Everything is in divine order. Even in chaos, there is order. Oh my God, check out the Daily Tarot and Oracle for May 23rd. Hopefully I didn't say March. Oh my God. May 23rd, 2022, again, being timeless. Go check out that. This is all about that. It's ridiculous. Okay, even in chaos, there is order, and we are always in awe of this. For you, though, on your human journey, things can get disorganized in your mind and physical reality. You need to get rid of clutter, whether it's too many stories in your mind or too many what ifs or fearful thoughts of the past or the future. Instead, focus on the now. Empty your mind. Clean your house. No, seriously, go clean. And throw out any objects that tell you an uncomfortable story. Discern what you have, sort out, purge, clear, organize. We want you to have a space to fill with something better. Spirit loves a vacuum, and as it gives space for brilliant new energy. Let go of what is not serving you and give order to what remains. See them and know their value. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connection to us and spirit free of distractions. Intimacy is scary sometimes. It means you have to let someone else get to know the real you, not the perfect, flawless mask you wear for others. No, it's time to reveal the cool one, the passionate one, the perfect one that is totally you without artifice or walls. Yes, this will be exposed and vulnerable for a time, but it's so worth it. This is the only way you will truly know closeness with others, and you will also be close to spirit and to us. There's an amazing freedom that comes when you let go and let yourself be with another group. Release from the invisible bindings that keep you from intimacy. It's truly empowering. So we may support you wholeheartedly in this choice. You will know yourself so much better, and we hope learn to love yourself as much as we do. Life is about who we are with others, so share it. You'll be so glad you did. It's uncomfortable in the chaos, but you're going to be able to share this newness with very important and special people coming in, and Spirit is going to make sure of it. So it seems like there's something that you didn't want to hear that made you have to come to some sort of resolve in your life. Somebody had called you out on something or took something away from you, which made you have to go in a new direction, start new, start practical. I do feel like something was very much ripped away from you, and that you had to leave your past behind. Some sort of real big reality hit with these people came about that you may not have wanted to deal with or finally acknowledge, but they were really holding you back. They were every excuse and every buffer in the world for you. This was a major imbalance. Whoever this was in your life, it was making you sink, and you either knowingly or unknowingly allowed it. So what I'm seeing in here is all the missed opportunities that have happened, with every excuse that you had given yourself, Spirit was tired with it. F the free will at that point. You had a divine purpose. Spirit ripped you out. That may have been very sore for you. It may have took you away from everything that you have known. It may have been highly emotional for you, because it was like nothing made sense anymore, and there was nobody that you could count on being around you. So this, I do feel like you had to start life over again, and there was literally nothing around you. You built yourself from the ground up, and you made yourself the high priestess. This is somebody who's incredibly intuitive, aware, but this also has a major sense of almost isolation going on with it. You are unreachable to everybody who used to make sense to you, because you have changed so much. And I'm not talking crap about them. It's just, you have to acknowledge that the people that you left behind, they had a different life journey, and it was probably a little bit more simple than your complex soul was willing to handle. And Spirit was not about to let you waste another opportunity and incarnation in this life with things that are not in line with what your potential is. So going into this, I see a beautiful new start with amazing people who are perfectly in harmony with you, making these major life choices. We have the World card here. You've been given a new life, a new start, a new world. And now a lot of shifts are happening. It's everything that you never knew that you could have wanted, and it all happened so fast after you just surrendered and said yes to the journey, and yes to the birthing pains, and yes to every sense of renewal in your life, because fighting against it was a useless endeavor, and it was you being so exhausted, you just had to be ready to let go. You did that amazing work. Spirit nagged you enough to where you just kind of exhaustedly gave in and surrendered. Great, now here's your gift. What the heck is up ahead with you? You have the 9 of Cups, which is all about wish fulfillment. It's just, it's happening so fast. You don't even realize how mentally ready you are, because it's such a gift. A whole new life and world. Congratulations. I hope this is fun for you after all is said and done.